Introducing Dark Black Mother. Greetings. Hello. Welcome. Introducing Dark Black Mother. I have two devices going here. So, welcome. Hello. Today I'd like to talk to you about who is Dark Black Mother? What is it? What is this some new age, new spiritual idea, concept? What is this? So I'm here to share with you who Dark Black Mother is. I'm here to focus on one of the key programmings to consciously embody um, and invite you to begin to engage the energetics of Dark Black Mother when it is with you now to do so. Okay. So, first, I'd like to read what I have listed as uh, a writable definition of Dark Black Mother, because Dark Black Mother is a wordless force and we reduce it in language so humans can process it and have a meaning that they can then respond to. Okay. So, what is Dark Black Mother? Dark Black Mother is the original, boundless, dark creative force that houses and governs all. Dark Black Mother is beyond and inclusive of all archetypes, mystery schools, and the Bible. Dark Black Mother is beyond and inclusive of human language and understanding. Dark Black Mother is incomprehensible, yet she is known. Dark Black Mother is the house of all existence. Her fragrance lives in all that is. What is can only be because of her. Then, now, and forever. She knows all, is all, creates all, and fertilizes all. Because of her all power, her indomitable essence, humans have been programmed to ignore, fear, mistrust, disrespect, and ultimately destroy her. This programming, by the way, is in Walking Dark Black Mothers. Okay, I'm included in this. This programming is in it, is in all of us. It's in every human being. And what's not here that's currently being uncovered is her counterpart. Okay, so for those of you who are like, where's the male? Where's the. Okay, before I go further, it's important to give voice to the two primary folks to discuss. Okay, anybody can decide to embody the energetics of Dark Black Mother, okay, which is a vast body of work. It's vast intelligence, it's boundless, okay? So anybody can choose to embody the energetics of Dark Black Mother for whatever reason that they choose to do that, because it is pristine power, okay? Pristine creative power. One. Number two, there are people who literally, okay, literally hold the tools inside of them and the intelligence to decode all the tripwires in the human mind. Okay. Now, these people are not desirable humans. Dark Black Mother folks who are embodied are not desirable humans. What do I mean by this? Why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this so that you can put yourself in a category or not, because the ego loves to destroy. Okay. Anybody can, again, repeat, there's two dominant human beings. Ones who can embody, a person who finds out about this and does it, or they do it naturally and intuitively because it's, in their being and in their environment, internally and externally, right? And then there are people who are literally programmed to decode And these people are motivated differently, they see differently, they're compelled in ways that the other persons, which is the majority of people, are not compelled. What makes them undesirable is that their programming immediately puts them in opposition to the dominant programming that runs humans. Their primary compelling programming, I'm one of those people, is in direct opposition to the dominant programming that humans run inside of. Okay. This is what makes her or him undesirable. This is why, for those of you who are dark Black mother, which is a few, and I don't mean literally a few, I just mean a small number, why you can walk into a room and people feel disturbed and they don't know why. This is why you can feel that people want to cause you harm. This is why men, right? And that's another thing that's being uncovered for me right now. The tripwires in the mind of men who fall under the majority that causes them to just naturally want to tear you down and come in and trick and play, and it's in the programming. So this is why you feel, this is why you keep having these sensations and feelings and thoughts, but it's like nobody else seems to. This is in the program. And it's also why you are here on planet Earth. And it is hugely, okay, so there's nuance here that I'm not going to go into right now, but it is largely where your greatest freedom, where you're free from the the immediacy of the hooks that the human being is tied into. Okay. All right. So I'll leave that. So where I'll be inviting you, for those of you who are, it's with you now. Okay. To begin to embody dark Black mother energetics. Why? Because you seek freedom. You require fierceness in your living because you don't want to be hooked into something or unable to get yourself outside of a cycle that you just can't quite put your finger on. Why do I keep doing this? And okay. And later, not today, the conversation of shadow will come into its necessity. It's foundational work, but it's not the house, it's foundational work. So that's important to share here, that there are two primary people, and it's important that you know who you are so you can respond accordingly. That's why this is important. Okay. Again, this is a vast body of work. All right. Now, today, what I'm going to focus on is the necessity of embodying the energetics of violence. Okay. This is a large body of work. The human mind, currently, by my awareness, has countless tripwires. What do I mean by tripwire? A loop that keeps you unknowingly against your full self, against your real self. There are tripwires, there's loops. You call them life cycles. You know, people say lives, many lives. There are tripwires in the human mind that keep you looping, that keep you down, that keep you down when you think you don't want to be down. They keep you unable to create. They keep you, feeling like you're cursed. This is the language that humans use. Okay, so um, I'll share now. There's a link with this video. There's a link with this video for you to begin to engage the energetics of Dark Black Mother with folks who are doing the same. It's a private Facebook group exclusive to Black men and women. Okay. Exclusive to Black men and women. And uh, this is the playground for you engaging very actively and consciously the energetics of Dark Black Mother and identifying which of the two that I talked about that you are. That's very important. And it's important that you identify it, not that I tell you. Okay. It's important that you identify it, not that I tell you. And that if you see, so if is a trick word, by the way, it's a tripwire, the word if. Anyway, when you see something different, okay, let it be known. Okay. Okay. So I'll stop there. Now, violence, the embodiment of violence. Why is this important? So I said there are countless tripwires in the brain to keep you out of power, to keep you blind, scared, um, going against yourself. Okay. Um, Self sabotage, that's words you use. Self sabotage. And in the shadow alchemy world, they say because there's a part of us that actually likes to like pretend we don't know and uh, um, uh, there's a kinky part of us that like we don't want it to be good all the time and all that, so we play this game of self-destruction and keep ourselves low, and then when we are good and ready to and we really alchemize that and embody that, then the power comes back into us, we become illuminated again, and now we're able to create in this place that we weren't able to create before. Okay, that there is a truth in that. Okay, so be mindful of. Okay, there is a truth in that, and the fact that that is a cycle is part of the tripwire. Okay, the fact that that exists and that we can name it like that, that's just one of the ones we can name. There are many tripwires you can't name because they haven't been discovered. And by the way, tripwires are created all the time. Countless tripwires are being created all the time. AI, virtual reality, all this is the creation of additional tripwires to hook into now and for folks to hook into in the immediate and distant future. Okay, so um, that. Now, why the engaging of the energetics of violence, specifically as it relates to Black people and the energetics of dark Black mother, right? Because um, on the scale, violence and the energy of violence in through man's lens is a very it's a lower frequency. Okay, meaning the vibration of it is lower. Okay, so however, it's one of the tripwires in the human mind. It's been one of the energetic flames to hypnotize humans into submission. Okay, if you fear any kind of violence against you, that's a really good way to get you to agree to be blind. It's a really good way to get you to agree to cooperate with the programming going on, because no one is going to willingly say, "Oh, I totally agree to not know who I am and to be depressed and in pain for the rest of my life." So there's trips and tricks, right? Violence is one of those. And one of the tripwires in the Black psyche, I said here before that there are tripwires in the Black psyche that do not exist in other psyches. Okay. One of the tripwires and why we are, people are like, we always so quick to forgive and to let people in. That's one of the tripwires. It's in the programming. Okay. And so embodying violence, so on a lower level, it's just so you can't be controlled by the fear of violence. On a higher level, it's so you can engage with people who are being violent in covert ways, and you skillfully learn how to engage with other people's programming to destroy you. M- Almost no one knows that they're programmed to destroy dark Black mother. Okay. So they do things that are on the frequency of destruction. I mean, I can go into, I won't, right? That on the frequency of destruction. And if you have not become bigger than and engaged and embodied the energetics of dark Black mother, you will run from anybody who appears to be projecting energy of destruction and violence toward you. So one of the skills that you'll develop inside of the Facebook group, and this is elementary, okay, I'm speaking to your nervous system now. Okay. This Facebook group is an elementary way. You come in, you can leave at any time. It's an elementary way for you to begin to engage dark black mother energetics. And when and if, see, if you feel that, the tripwire there, when and if, okay, you're like, no, or too much, or not for me, or whatever, you can leave. Okay. And then for those of you who are like, "Hmm, right, this is where my full, vast embodiment is happening," we can continue. So as I was saying, in an elevated way, it's really important to actually walk around planet Earth doing your everyday, seemingly mundane things that you can engage with anybody, any circumstance, any perception of a flame, anything that comes your way. One of the ways that tripwires work, and so much has been revealed, is the running away from something because it's programmed in you that this represents threat, that this doesn't fit inside of my programming, therefore no. This doesn't fit, therefore. So then what you create a disconnection, what keeps you out of power. Now on the surface it looks safe. No, that is dangerous. No, that feels so on the surface. And see, this is why when you don't know you're programmed and you're operating strictly on the programming that you have, that you were born with, that seems right. And because everybody is doing it and humans are programmed to copy, we agree. We stay in agreement unbeknownst to us. When you start to engage the energetics of dark black mother, your blindness decreases. You start to see things that have been there all along, but you couldn't see it because the programming was blinding. So as you're walking around and you're engaging with each other, other people, the more free you become energetically, the more clear your sight becomes, the more clear your language becomes, because there's a shit ton of tripwires in human language. The more clear your language becomes, the more one with you start to live. One with all, not, okay, one with all, everything. And you no longer run from any perception of power, uh, foreign thing, discomfort, and you become one with. When you walk around, people can sense you. They're not going to say it. Right? You're not getting into deep conversation with strangers just all the time, right? But they will feel it. And some people will be triggered against their will. Their programming of destruction will activate in your presence. Now, if you're a scary person because you haven't intercepted your tripwires, you're gonna run. And this is what has happened with so many women who I've worked with over the years. The tripwires are activated, and because they didn't have the skill of engaging one with the full spectrum of all that is, they run. They self-abandon, fill in the blank. Okay. So, the reason why the embodiment of violence, you are required to embody violence. What does that even mean? So, we will go through actual practice inside of the Facebook group for those of you who are ready for that. And it's like this, just to give this may could point to it. So I think the movie is Freedom Riders, and it's a movie about Black folks in the South during the Civil Rights Movement, and the young people would organize and prepare themselves to engage with violent, angry, rageful white people. And the teacher, there was a scene in the movie where the teacher, black man, was preparing the students. They were like hidden away, preparing, training to literally go into whites only restaurants, whites only buildings, whites only restaurants, and to engage with the violence. Okay. And the teacher is telling them, listen, you know that they're going to have bottles, they're going to have rocks, they're going to have, he's telling them the different objects that they could have. They could throw a chair at you, they could unleash their dogs, they could have this. He's telling them all this, okay? And one of the women, young ladies, stands up. She raises her hand and she says, okay, so if they have weapons, if their weapons are weapons and our weapon is love, and he says to her, it's a bloody game. If you can't handle it, the door is right there. So it's an agreement to engage with hostility. It's an agreement to deal with aggressive energy. It's an agreement to deal with the covert ways that the programming of destruction will be asserted toward you through tone of voice, through the movement of bodies, through the organization of things in the room, and that you learn how to stay in the room and skillfully engage with it. Now, this is, you got to graduate through this. This takes time to do. On the other side, what it will look like is people will get in line. You will unflinch. It just is. See, this is one with energy. One with. This is a practice. This is direct, immediate confrontation. One with. On the other side, people agree to serve you. People agree, they get in line against their will. It organizes their will. Dark Black Mother energetics is beyond human comprehension. Please know that language is a dumbified version. Human language is a dumbified version, dumbified communication of what Dark Black Mother is. Okay. So, in closing, Dark Black Mother energetics is vast. She is the house of all that is. All that is, was, and will be is because of her. Nothing can come into form without her. Everything, seen and unseen, is because of her. This is vast. You are highly, highly, the word impossible is coming to mind. The frequency of Dark Black Mother is, to the human experience, extremely chaotic. She's dangerous. Oh, God. Oh, God. She's misunderstood because of the tripwires. Okay. The coming into the Facebook group or even working privately, for those of you who your programming is about speed. See, this is why. I mean, your true raw programming. Okay. It's about speed. Speed. And you desire to dissolve your tripwires quickly. Speed, right? That's a private matter. Okay. This experience of coming inside of the Facebook group to engage actively and deliberately Dark Black Mother energetics will feel very chaotic for most people. And the chaos could ensue at any time. I'd like to communicate that the subtleties, my focus, my tools and hardwire is designed to perceive subtleties and tripwires. The the tripwires are subtle. They are subtle. You need to understand they are designed for you to operate in them undetected and to agree wholeheartedly, to be convinced. It's designed that way. In the back of this work, in the back of this work, meaning, again, this is elementary. What we'll be doing inside of the Facebook group is elementary energetically. Okay. It's designed that way. Okay. The more you advance, like I said, the more you become more clear out in the world, the more your language refines, the more you become less blind, the more you become more pure, the more you start to illuminate energetically. You you remove things without words. Okay. To get to that place is highly chaotic to the human nervous system. It's highly chaotic to the tripwires in your mind, which are of its own frequency. This is how you can even look at something and call it foreign and dangerous and want to run from it because the frequency of the tripwire, okay? It's not built to withstand dark black mother energetics, which is why she needed to be destroyed and why humans are programmed to destroy on sight, destroy on sight, destroy on sight. Mistrust. She's a demon. She's a this. She's a she, unbeknownst to them. So this is designed to meet you, your nervous system level, your current tripwire level, so that you can graduate at will. Okay, you can graduate at will and then start to be able to withstand more and more what you call chaos, which is dark. It's the vastness of all. It's the vastness of all being one with the human nervous system. So it's vast. It's beyond words. It's beyond language. So the thought to complete here is behind and supporting you doing this work. Behind it is one true lack of fear of death. That's one, which you absolutely can come into. That's what Dark Black Mother Energetics is for. And two, being willing to let go of a belief you have, let go of a person, let go of a thing, anything that you hold. Whenever you feel yourself tensing around something, that's right there is something that you need to let go. Whenever you feel yourself getting tight, needing to defend, you know, the vastness for you to truly get the intelligence where you know, and I don't tell you, okay? For you to know because you actually know, not because I told you or because you read it somewhere or because the great text and this. You need to understand the texts were also written by humans with tripwires. Do you know? How do you know? And when you know, how do you know that you know? If you continue to move like humans move, do you really know? Because when you become one with the energy of a thing, it shifts you. See, this is what I mean by the fineness of the tripwires, the fineness and the subtleties of how you stay hooked into a thing. So the letting go, okay, the being willing to let go at any given time. Okay, so if you have any questions, listen. This is work that is creating itself. Okay. Um, the women and men who are currently 15 years old, 20 years old need this. Um, Infants who will be 20, okay, need this. What I would like, so I have a couple requests, yeah. One, read the page about you engaging actively with Dark Black Mother Energetics. The link is with the videos. And then also, if you have already identified which of the two that you are, uh, if you just got here, in the beginning of this video, I talked about it's important that you know which of the two that you are, right? And your ego, right? It's another thing about Dark Black Mother Energetics. It really swallows the ego. When you really start to do this work, it swallows it in a way where it doesn't cause you to go against yourself. Okay. All right. So I'd like so humans are still very programmed to look for something outside of themselves, for themselves to be reflected outside of themselves. Like, so that you call it representation, like in Hollywood, you call it representation, or you want to see yourself. You want to see, okay. So, because then you feel validated, because then you feel like, oh, it's not just me, I'm not alone. Okay. That in and of itself is a tripwire, but okay, not even, but, and we work with that because we're aware that it exists inside the human. Okay. Um, and so, what I would like is for you to share your experience of coming here, especially if you've been in my field for the last year or more. I'd like to gather your experience of yourself. Mhm. And for me to be able to ask you questions that only I can ask. Okay. To help you like pull from the interior. You know, when you go to the dentist and they take that thing to scrape your teeth and they're like pulling, scratching at. So I like to ask some questions to pull at your interior. If you are dark black mother, based on what I've shared here today, or you feel that you have in you the seeds of the embodiment of the energetics of dark black mother. Okay. Um, so that others coming can see themselves, representation, can see themselves in your story, can see themselves in your experience. Okay. Um, so, lastly, the great reward for me as the chief of this work is the advancement of the work. Okay. For others, the heaven on earth that your Bible speaks about, the emotional freedom that many people seek when they talk about anxiety and depression and stress and just this looming discontent about life. Okay. This feeling of powerlessness, and all the things that bother the human spirit beyond itself. Okay. And desires in the human to have more, to connect more, to be more, and whatever it is that you desire to have. As you begin to engage dark black mother energetics, the thing is nice, whatever the thing is, the person, place, or thing. What your soul and your deepest self will reward you and celebrate and be so happy about is the beingness that you will become. Okay. To be able to walk around this dense earth, okay, with densely programmed blind humans, and to be able to interact with all things to create whatever it is you're looking to create, to not run, to not feel like you don't belong, to not grab at things for validation and meaning and significance, to not be scared of him leaving you, her leaving you, losing these things, to not, you know, like whatever your worry is, because it's all inclusive. Okay. Dark black mother energetics is all. Okay. She is the force that has been beat out of. Okay, this is why she's not in the Bible. This is why the feminine has been cast out. Okay, she is the feminine is the child of dark black mother. She's the golden child of dark black mother. Okay, and so the pristineness. Okay. the energetic pristineness of you that comes about when you engage the lifestyle pattern. It's a lifestyle and it's a pattern. Okay. It's beyond words, it's wordless. Okay. And I wish that for you. So look at the link, join. Okay. I'd love to hear, like I said, if you are what I've talked about here today and you would like to share your experience of yourself, email me. I'd love to have a conversation with you or a few conversations to really develop it and give it space to reveal itself. So you can email me. My email is also with the videos. And yeah, I think that's it. Let me go over to YouTube and see if there's anything here. Oh, hi, YouTube. I'm here now looking at you. Oh, hi, Ephraim, Femme Divine. Definitely just ask away. It's time for me to let go of so many tripwires. Hey, the energy is real. I'm finally at the age of 40. 40! 40 is a good year. I'm finally learning the importance of benefits and let it go. Yay, very good. Hey, Ephraim, have I seen, I feel like I've seen your name before. I think you emailed me. Like, if you are who I think you are, I could be wrong, so pardon me. All right. That concludes everything here and now. Thank you so much. See you soon.